duo with your favourite duo. I'm Joyce Man.
And I'm Joyce Ellie Ann.
And we're here to talk our shit. Are you excited?
I am.
Okay, so today's dilemma, guys, is... Am I the arsehole for calling my wife fat and ugly after having our baby? Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
I feel like that's like a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Like, are you being for
serious.
real right now? Are you being for real? Be FFR. Be so for real right now.
Yeah, well, you are, number one.
So this is a man... Wait, can you just repeat the question, please?
Am I the arsehole for calling my wife fat and ugly after having our baby?
Yes. I personally don't think there's any sort of alternative where that's okay. And sorry.
I have no words for you guys.
I'm just trying to understand how, as a human being, like, you need to ask if that's okay. That's what's more shocking to me. Like, where is this ever okay? And before I even start, let me just let you finish.
I don't even know what to say. That's how bad it is. Do you know what it is? I'm laughing out of shock because how can you actually
for real
be saying this about a woman that's just had your baby?
And this is why you can't be having babies with everyone.
Facts.
Like, if I start on that one,
you are a very big arsehole, right?
I just think that's
it. That's it.
You've had a baby.
Yeah.
And what's that like? Like, I haven't pushed out more kids.
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
So yeah, like, I obviously don't know what it's like. And that pose, like, well, first of all, even pushing a child out, like, I always think I have so much respect because childbirth is obviously my biggest fear.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know. But then the whole process of, like, having to, like, be back to normal, basically, as quick as possible. Like, do you actually feel that, or do you just, in your head, like...
No, you don't. I feel like it takes a while for your body to go back to normal. Yeah, I feel like every woman's experience is obviously different.
Yeah.
I think just with his comment, it's just... Do you know what? I have no words, guys. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just in shock. Like, it's so hard for a woman, like... to literally, her body changes so much. Like, as a woman, your body changes so much. And the one thing you need when this is happening is for your partner to be supportive. And it's like, knowing that this man is outright calling his Mrs. Girl, whatever she is to him, fat and ugly, is hurtful, I'm not going to lie, because she's literally carried your baby. You gain weight that you don't want to gain, you know? I just feel sorry for her. I'm sorry, but I do, like... Yeah,
so
I don't know, but
you mentioned something that made me think of a lot of what I reckon we've all been saw last week, right? With partners shaming mums.
Wait, did I miss this?
No, I don't think you did. It was someone's partner coming out on the internet to come and expose her, with like the way she kind of carried herself, right? Post having a child. I know everyone's got their points and their two pieces of like what they think, but for me, all I can see from that situation is you have no idea how much it could have taken for her to come out and feel good about herself, like
100%.
with her body, and be feeling it, and like with her new curves that she didn't have before, and all that kind of stuff. And I just really feel like it's important to have someone in your corner who's supportive of that. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I agree, but I think with that whole situation, he was deflecting. Yeah. 100%. It was nothing to do with what she was wearing or how she looked. And because he couldn't, as a man, be like, I'm not happy with you doing this, he basically made it seem like it was what she was wearing. Which is the issue.
Fairs.
But regardless, even if it was actually what she was wearing, she's just had your baby and she's happy, she's feeling good, like, allow her to have that moment. And I feel like usually when you have a baby, maybe everyone's experience is different, but for me, I didn't feel myself straight away. Like, it takes a while for you to just get back to being you. And people say it takes up to 3 years.
Oh, wow. Nah.
But then again, I'm not surprised, because even me now, I'm still kind of like, oh, I want my old body back. Like, I still don't feel 100% me.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like as a man, after your missus has a baby, let her feel good. Like, remind her how good she feels. Like, dragging her, especially on the internet.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Very
it's
embarrassing.
Just embarrassing. And also, she doesn't need that. Like, she's literally just had your baby. Like, come on. Like, people are just weirdos. But yeah.
It is, but I feel like people just have a lot to say about people's bodies in general. And I think it's definitely something that you can internalize and, like, wonder if it's actually something wrong with you. Like, I've definitely had that loads of times with, like, little things. Like, even now with the whole, like, hip dip thing, you know, I never even realised I had hip dips until someone said, I'm so proud of, like, my hip dips, like, on Insta or something. And I was just like, like, what is that? I was like, oh shit, I have hip dips. I was like, wait, but her hips look like mine. And that's how I put 2 and 2 together, which maybe is dumb to some people. But it's just, there's certain stuff where you don't even realise I don't want to say like there's something wrong, but sometimes when people point certain things out,
that's when you realise.
You kind of, like, realise or, like, internalise it. That's what I think.
Yeah. I feel like as a whole, just body image is such a big thing. Like, especially today. And all, like, everything that's going on, like BBLs. There's now like liquid BBLs or something that people are starting to do. I was actually
that's what someone said. Yeah, like filling out my hips.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your opinion on like body image and beauty standards?
I just think it's different. Obviously, it's different everywhere, and I think it's kind of hard to say it doesn't matter or just like don't pay attention to it, because one thing I've deeped is standards are different everywhere. Like, there's certain things that you can get dragged for here, like even just like small belly, and then you go to another part of the world, they're like fluffy, they love it,
and
they love it,
love
and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, you got something, it's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, even things like being big, like with certain cultures, like with a lot of Western cultures, like being big is a bit like like you're fat, and then there's other cultures. I really wanted to be big, like, because of like being Congolese, I was just like, no, I want to be bigger, I want to put away, I want to be this, because it's just like, I don't know, it's a different vibe. Yeah. Right? And then there's other places, like, for example, gap teeth. Like, in America, it's just like, yuck. And then in Africa, it's like, that's literally like a sign of beauty. So I just think, because it's so different in different places, what I'm trying to, like, tell myself now, you're popping and do what you want. Like, at the end of the day, because
I agree.
It changes all the time. It changes wherever you go. Like, I don't know if that's something like you've deeped or... Yeah,
I definitely think it's a trend.
Yeah.
Like, beauty standards is just a trend. It's like 1 minute you don't like big lips, next minute you love it. Like, so yeah, I would just say you just gotta love yourself, because 1 minute they're gonna be like ill, and the next minute they'll be like, oh my god, we love you so much. It's like the whole like dark skin girl thing. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but with dark skin girls, nobody even looked at dark skin girls twice, and now it's like, oh, dark skin beauty. Do you know what I mean? So,
but part of it, I feel like sometimes people get educated and understand like where they were coming from before was a bit mad, or like it was ignorant or whatever.
Yeah, I do believe though that people are still really horrible to people that don't meet the beauty standards. Like, I don't know, but there's like a girl on TikTok that like literally gets dragged for her looks, and I'm just like,
I always find that so crazy, because what do you actually want her to do about her face?
Are you actually... No, do you know what? It's actually so sad, because first of all, if that was my daughter, I would literally cry. Secondly, it's like people treat people so bad. Like, if it was the other way around, how would you feel? Like, someone being like, you're so ugly, or... But now she's getting all these brands coming to her, like doing her makeup, and I love that for her. But it's just like, what makes it okay for you to outright tell somebody they're ugly?
I always find that mad. I don't get that. Like, now that you've come and told me on my page that I'm ugly, what do you want me to do about it right now? now that you've come on someone's page to tell them they're fat, like, what do you actually want them to do? Like, I don't get the need to come out of your way and be like, you're fat.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're what is your this, you're that. Like, can she do anything about it right now in this space? I have so many thoughts on this.
And it's like, just because you think that person isn't necessarily the most beautiful, it doesn't mean that somebody else isn't. But sometimes it's not even that.
I feel like some people just do it's attention. Like, you know you're going to get a reaction. And then you meet them in real life, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I think you're so pretty. I've had someone, like, a person I knew, it was a girl, she would literally come on my page and write, ew.
Who's that girl?
And then behind the scenes...
Who are we beating up? Who are we beating up?
But then, it's like one of those people, you know when people try to do, like, fake banter, like they're friends, but they're kind of taking digs and stuff, right?
Yeah,
and then behind the scenes, like, why don't I look like her? What does she have that I don't? Da-da-da. It's just like, it's giving possessed and it's giving weird.
Obsessed.
It's, also obsessed. Because I feel like people that have the time to say stuff like that, like, you're not okay. I just genuinely think you're not okay. Like, Joyce, have you ever felt the need to go on anyone's page and be like,
so strange.
I think you're butters, even if they weren't your preference? Why?
Do you know what it is as well? I feel like a lot of the time people are so unhappy with themselves.
Yeah, clearly.
But I just don't get why you have to try to bring somebody else down. That's what I don't get.
It's given possessed. It's given possessed.
So weird.
Like, you're actually possessed.
Like, if you don't find someone, whatever, handsome, good looking, whatever, keep it moving. Like, I don't get it. What do you think about beauty standards today? Do you feel like there's still, you know, colorism?
Yes.
I didn't even finish my sentence.
Yes.
Do you think there's still, like, what is it called again when you have to have certain features?
Featureism?
No.
Texturism?
No. There's a name for the certain features.
Eurocentric.
That's it. Eurocentric features, guys.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Do you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I don't think it's going anywhere either. I feel like sometimes you just have to kind of go where you're celebrated. I feel like it's always going to change. Things have changed. Well, like 1 minute, everyone wants thigh gaps. The next minute, everyone wants, like, your thighs have to be touching and rubbing. You want your thighs to be chafing. 1 minute it's just like, we love bellies. The next minute is you don't. Like, it's always, like you said, like, gonna go up and down. It's gonna change all the time. You just kind of have to literally just go where you're celebrated. And that's not always gonna be in places where you accept it. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I feel like even with, like, dating and stuff, like, sometimes there's certain things where you're expecting a certain group of people. Don't read too much into this. Don't.
Yeah.
Before you do, just don't. Yeah, like, where it's like, oh, but this particular group of people aren't accepting your features. So go where they do. Yeah, wherever that is or whatever that looks like. Because some people just aren't going to change their mind. Like, you're just going to stay fighting with a brick wall.
I know, but I think what it also is that there's even people in your own circle. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it.
Okay.
But now you did.
Okay.
I didn't want to say it.
That's where it gets sticky for me, though, because it's like, for people out there watching, if you're not celebrated where you feel comfortable, how are you going to feel comfortable to go somewhere else?
True.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So that's what makes it hard. Obviously, I can't speak on other women. I can only speak on, like, black women. And for us, it's like...
But I'm not even just saying in terms of, like, race. I think it could be, like, ethnically. It could be anything. Like, I just think you can't spend your life, like, too stuck on trying to get a certain group of people with anything to accept you for who you are. Like, because you don't know when that's going to come. Like, people love when it's popping. Like, people just love things when everyone else likes it, for the majority of people. And right now, if everyone's telling you, like, a certain feature or whatever that you have, or, like, an aspect of, like, your character, whatever it is too much for them. It's not something they want. It's not something they like. What are you going to do? Like, hide yourself and lock yourself away until they decide they like it?
It's true.
Be so for real now.
It's true.
I feel like you just kind of have to, like, roll with the punches that you are who you are and go where people, whatever that looks like, whatever that sounds like within reason, where that's celebrated.
I agree. And I feel like the main thing is as well, it's like just loving yourself first and making sure that you accept yourself first, because no matter where you go, You know, like, people might not accept you and that will bring you down. But if you accept yourself, then, girl.
Exactly. Because that's what I was saying. If you actually tell yourself in your head that you look good, who's actually going to tell you you don't?
It's true.
And you know, I say this all the time.
I had a hairstyle that I did, like...
What did I say?
Joyce was like, you rock the hairstyle like it's pain. People are going to think it's pain.
It's all confidence. Because
it's
if
true.
I actually act...
It's true.
Like, I am buff right now.
Who's gonna
tell me I'm not? And if you do, I actually think you're a weirdo. Oh no, this is gonna sound so bad, but whatever. Like, you guys, if you get it, you get what I mean. Like, you get where it's coming from. It's not coming from a bad place,
of course.
But you just can't. I feel like you can't wait for outside to tell you they think you're near. Like, they can't. You can't wait for it. It might never come. And then what? And then what, Joyce?
The way you said it might never come.
But then what,
guys? I can't with this girl. She kills me.
No,
it might come. Who knows?
Okay, but say it's like 5 years.
It's true.
And then they just like, do you know what? We really like dark skin girls are in now. Brown skin girls are in now. Like, girls with small eyes are in now. Like, in what? What then?
No, I agree. Guys, I do agree. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think as a whole, it's all social media. Social media plays a big part in all of this.
It does.
It's like, sometimes I do love social media, obviously, but at the same time, I'm like, guys, like, it's ruining girls, even males now. Like, if you're not the wedgiest man, then, you know, you think you ain't it.
Go do leg day.
Stop.
No, I mean, no. That's what they said. That's not what I said. That's what they...
Sorry, some image just came in my head of that cartoon with the, like, really skinny legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
I think everyone gets hit. Do you feel that you've ever, like, personally been affected by, like, people's ideas of, like, or, like, what anyone's, even your own? Because I know I have, like, with different things.
Yeah. I feel like, well...
Even before social media, Tyra Banks was ruining lives. She was ruining lives.
You know what? It's crazy. For me personally, I never used to watch how other people looked, which is really, like, weird to say, but I didn't. The only time I started watching how other people looked is when someone would comment on something that on me, and that's when I'll be like, shit, yeah, maybe this is a little bit different. And that's when, but I don't actually, that's not the first thing that I look at. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like for me, I only learned, like, I've got a different nose compared to other people, but that was because, you know, someone mentioned it. But before that, I wasn't actually, like, paying attention to it. Exactly. So it kind of just makes you realise that a lot of the time it's other people and it's not actually yourself.
It doesn't, yeah.
But, yeah, I just feel like that was something that was like, okay. And then after I realised, I was like, okay, cool. So people like the whole straight nose, like... And I'm like, oh, like, do you know what I mean? But I actually had no clue, guys, which is actually insane. But it just proves that as a child, you're so innocent. Like, you're actually so innocent. You're not even looking at, you
anything,
know, like, you're just focusing on yourself, doing what you need to do. So I feel like for me, that was one.
That was it, yeah.
But as I've grown, I'm just like, I don't fucking care, bruv. Like, I'm so sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just keep it moving. Like, at the end of the day, God created me like this, and this is how I am. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it.
Exactly.
And, you know, a lot of the time, people do kind of not like something on themselves, and then they will make it...
And they project it onto you.
Yeah. So, because you might not necessarily like whatever you have... Now you're like, oh, choice. No. Keep your insecurities to yourself. Thank you. And that's 100%. It. And that's what I've learned. But as I was young, like before when I was younger, I was just like, like, you just clock onto things, you know what I mean? But as an adult, I'm just like, do you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not changing it. And I don't hate it. So it's like...
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, what do you want me to do? If you have an issue, then...
That's on you.
If you don't like it, go to someone else that doesn't have what I have. It's that simple. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean?
Thank
you don't need to come over here with your negative self. Like, keep it moving.
Telling people about themselves that they don't have mirrors. Like, I will always find that so mad.
It's facts, you know. Like, you actually don't deep it. So, yeah. And I think that was the main thing. And also, I feel like social media, like, when I go on, like, people... I don't know why I'm always on this side of TikTok, guys. It's not my character.
What side do you end up on?
When people are just getting dragged.
Oh, no, you do. Because you send me stuff and I'm just like, Joyce.
Why
What is this?
Like, why is this person getting dragged? I'm like, this is so rude, guys.
I'll be like, boys, so many happy stuff.
I'm always on the wrong side. But yeah, like, I've realised, like, I'm the type of person, like, I'll see someone get dragged and I'll be like, babe, like, it's okay. Like, I'm that girl in the comments because it's just not nice. And I feel like now that I've got a daughter, sorry, my daughter is the it girl and she will forever be that girl, right?
Star girl.
And no one can ever turn around and tell her otherwise. And I feel like that's just how us girls should be. Yeah. Like, regardless. So, what about you?
I definitely think it's quite similar.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think everyone has, like, different insecurities or stuff they've been insecure about. But for me, it, like you said, it wasn't natural. Like, it wasn't anything that I felt was an issue until I heard other people point it out on other people. And then,
right, so other people pointing it out on other people,
and I was just like, I have that. It's like, no, but not you, not your, like yours. And I'm just like, and then that's where it starts. But like I said, it all started with Tyra Banks. Tyra, the damage you have done, Rock Nation, you will crumble. Like, Tyra Nation, you will crumble. No, because I think something I've said this to you about the whole America's Next Top Model. It did some damage. Did I learn how to smize from them? Absolutely. Did I learn how to pose? Yes, I did. But did you also pick up certain things where I remember Tyra was done one episode one time with this girl that was, she basically makes everyone do makeovers, right? And with this particular makeover, she wanted this girl to close her gap. And I think she closed it, but to like a specific extent. And then when they came back to do the shots for Tyra to see, it was I think it was for CoverGirl and the magazine. And she was all like, you know what people see when they see you? Easy breezy CoverGirl. If you know which episode I'm talking about, I just need you to let us know.
This woman,
she's like, easy breezy CoverGirl. That's what I said. And I was just like, but damn, I gotta get like, what do you mean by that, Tyra? I was like, yeah, like 10, whatever. And I remember that being so, like, a big deal. Like, that's when it became a big deal. Like, right after that, I was just like, this is paying, like, I like it, whatever. But it became a bit, it was from there, like, when someone else makes it an issue. And the reason why you can't follow certain stuff, because was it not years later, Tyra was getting people to literally put, like, manually force gaps into themselves so that they stood out. So it's just, you can't follow anything.
100%.
Like, you can't be follow in life. Like, 100%. People change their minds on things all the time. Like, standards always change.
100%.
And I guess that's kind of, like, all we've literally just been saying.
Yeah. It's just trends. And I feel like it's crazy because, I just think this topic is just all to do with self-love. I think you just need to not let people get in your head, you know? And I feel like, especially in this day and age, people get in your head. Yeah. Like, you know, there's certain people that have the biggest heads, and if you're confident and that's you, that's fine. But it's like, just don't bring other people down. And also there's people that are down that want to bring the ones that are confident down.
Exactly. Like, bad vibes.
Just focus on yourselves. Focus on your own look. Stop watching other people, because at the end of the day, that person's still gonna get married. That person's still,
and
you
even
know,
if they don't,
and even if they don't. But you know what I mean? Like, there's always someone out there for people. And so, guys, to spice up this episode, we've got a game. Okay, so we got quizzes. So we've got
fire round.
5 questions each for each other, right? And they're just random questions.
Okay, we'll do one each then.
One each.
Right. Ready?
Would I prefer to jump off a boat or jump off a building?
Jump off a building.
Yeah, you're right. Why? Why is that?
Because you can't swim.
Yeah!
When you said off a boat, I was just like,
oh,
what is the other option?
I would rather break my legs, but anyways.
This one was easy now. Oh. What's my star sign?
Capricorn.
Okay. Yeah. I don't even believe in star signs, but yeah.
Okay,
right,
cool.
Next.
Okay, cool. What are my 2 favourite numbers?
7.
No.
17.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
7.
I
don't think you'll get this one.
22?
No. It's 12.
Oh.
Okay, what's your question?
What's my favourite juice?
Fuck off. I don't know.
This is easy.
Juice.
Yeah.
Apple juice.
Yes. Oh, that's so easy. Right, your turn.
Okay, wait. When I go out, do I prefer to wear trainers or heels?
When out?
Yeah.
Heels.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do I prefer woody scents or fruity scents? What do I smell like?
Oh.
Don't you sniff me?
Fruity.
No, I hate fruity scents. I hate them. I think they're disgusting. Of course you were.
No, I was going to say it because you have more woody, but then again I was like...
Joyce, I never wear fruity scents.
Okay,
your
my
turn,
bad.
your
Okay,
turn.
okay, guys. Okay, cool. What animal do I have a phobia of?
Dogs.
No.
Cats.
Yes! You know I hate cats. I cross the road.
Okay. Right.
Last one.
Do I prefer lip gloss or lashes?
Oh.
Be so for real right now. Be so for real right
Lashes.
now. No.
Maybe that's me then.
Yes, that's you. Just this I know you only listen to yourself. I'm like, you prefer lashes. Yeah.
I thought you like lashes like me.
I could live without lashes.
No, but we're the same with lashes.
No,
but lip gloss and lashes, that's hard, Joyce.
No, it's not. It's really easy for me.
You would prefer lip gloss?
Easily. Yeah, I could go the rest of my life without lashes.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't.
Okay, last one.
Okay, last one. What's something that I eat that constantly makes me sick?
Makes you sick? Everything makes you sick. She hates everything. You do.
Okay, but this is, like, I don't know if you know, but it's something that a lot of people eat.
Everything makes
protein
you sick.
That makes me sick every time I eat it.
Sausage.
No. Protein. Well, is sausage protein? Well, shall I tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Eggs.
Oh, just I hate the smell of eggs. I only eat eggs 2 ways though. I never knew that.
I hate eggs, Joyce. I can't
like
eat eggs.
Eggs at all.
No, I used to be able
eggs.
to eat it and I could only eat it scrambled.
Yeah.
But now I have eggs and I feel sick.
It
you know,
like the smell of eggs is... Oh my gosh, that's so weird.
But yeah,
okay,
guys.
last one. Which of these can't I do? Ride a bike, swim, or kayak?
I thought you could do all three.
I love that for me.
Ride a bike, swim, kayak. Ride a bike.
No, okay.
What can you do?
I can't swim properly.
Joyce, you can swim.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
I'm not a strong swimmer.
But you can still swim. I can't swim. Like, if we get in the pool, I'm drowning.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to find out next time.
She can do all three.
I can't.
Okay, but you can swim, no? You can move, no? Or not really? We both
Not
can't
very
swim.
far.
Let's go swimming lessons. Let's go swimming lessons.
Like, I do water activities, but I can't swim.
I know you could definitely kayak.
Yeah,
I knew that.
But I can't swim. That's what's
but
ironic.
I thought you could swim.
No.
Yeah, so
really
why would
dangerous.
you kayak without swimming?
Exactly.
You're risking your life, Joyce.
It's the danger, it's the adrenaline.
No, I can't do it. I can't do water activity, guys, because I just think I'm gonna die.
Damn.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys.
Make sure you tune in again next week where we'll have another episode. Send in your dilemmas, like with our email address. We also have our Duo official pages that you can follow on Instagram. We're at Duo Official. You can follow
TikTok. Duo Official.
Yeah, you can also follow Miss Joyce. And you can follow me, Joyce Eliane, on all social. What does that mean?
On all social platforms.
Yeah, you can follow me on